All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be the recap for this April 27th, 2023, which is a Thursday, one of my favorite days to trade. Today, once again, did not let me down. As I've been mentioning that I like to trade the indices when I'm trading stocks. They seem to kind of counterbalance themselves. Today was really no exception. So, overall, had a good day. Traded some gold this morning. I think you saw me put on the gold. Traded the E-mini S&P. Bought an E-mini S&P. That was nice. Bought a gold. That was nice. What really messed me up was the mini Russell. We'll go through that in a minute. And, of course, the U.S. yen, as I mentioned. Thursdays are really good for the Forex market, the currencies. And today was no exception as well. So anyway, but let's look at the Russell. Let's see what happened on the mini Russell. So here we are. We entered this morning. This was, if you recall from the morning, this was an HF3 buy. I've got 4 different patterns I look at. HF1, 2, 3, and the pairing pattern. This is HF3. HF1 is the pattern that I like the most. But they all have pretty good percentages of being correct. Keep in mind that nothing's perfect, so you will have losses. This is definitely no exception. So let's look at the HF3. So, bought the HF3. I was in this trade for, I bought this at 8:34 this morning. Prior to the market opening up, you had this nice little shot up. Then we pulled all the way down. You can see the volatility in the mini Russell. It was just all over the place. And then I had my target right up here. This is my target. Look how close I got to target. So, I typically don't get out right below target. I guess you could have. Would have ended up being a really nice trade, but I did not. I held it. Thinking that we were going to pull back a little bit and then rush back up. That certainly was not the case. But I held out because I really thought, looking at what I had done on the mini S&P, I figured that we were probably going to get some follow through as well on the mini Russell. And also we were seeing it on, I believe the mini NASDAQ was also pushing higher. So figured we would go higher. Ended up taking a loss down here. So I ended up taking a loss. This is where I took a loss. But then I reversed and I got an HF1 short. HF1 is one of my stronger patterns, and I love selling. Well, you know what? Nothing, once again, is 100%. So I ended up taking a short, and I reversed, got out of my long, reversed on this sell of HF1. I had a much lower target, never even got close. Pretty much after I got in, we went down, spiked back up, and then that was all she wrote. We came back, ended up exiting here on a buy, okay? So I took a loss. I had 2 losses already. Then later on, this was around 1:30, I had another nice HF1 buy. Everything was up. So I got aggressive on this HF1 buy. Just definitely not enough to cover my losses. But I ended up getting out at this profit target. I had a profit target sitting up here. It's like 1761, I think it was, something like that. Got out like a 1760.8. Anyway, so made money on that second HF1, but once again, very choppy. I mean, it's, the thing about these indices, you're either going to do really well or you're not going to do so well. And what I like to do is whenever I have a reversal, now if it's an HF1 going to an HF1, I love, because very seldom does that second HF1 fail. Okay, so in this case we had a short HF1, it failed. But then we turned around and had another HF1. That typically is a really good trade. All right. I wouldn't say just wait for those because they don't happen that often. When they do, in most cases, they turn out really, really nice. That's why I ended up getting more aggressive on that buy. So that was it. Had a really good day in stocks. Let's take a look at stocks real quick. All right, so let's look at JDST. Now, JDST, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I like JDST. Probably like it a little bit too much. But anyway, today was JDST did not do well, really. I think I probably didn't trade it right? Because, okay, buy entry came in around 923, 924. I did have one target sitting up here, bought it just above 590. I think on the show I mentioned, the morning show I mentioned that I had a target at 610. I think I had another one at 610. I was waiting for it to go up to 610, and once it started to fail and it went through my entry, I went ahead and got out. Did take a $388 loss, but I was looking at this target. As you can see, it pulled back. Now, once again, I am not reversing on stocks, okay? Now, if this was an index, it probably would have taken that reversal. Would have been a nice little trade, but I'm not selling stocks right now. I'm just buying. So, let me see. I think I had a 5... Yeah, so I had this, I had the 610 sitting up here, and I had some others a little bit higher. A little bit longer term play. I think those are still in play, but once again, not going to hold it very long. I want to get out. I did get into this. Let's see. I did get into this, right? Let me open this up. See, I got into it right before the opening, and I was talking about a surge right after the opening. This is so common. You get these trades right before the opening bell, and then all of a sudden you have these surges. Now, in this case, after buying it, it surged before the opening bell. Then the opening bell, you had that big flush, right? And then it started coming up. That's the surge. That was your surge right there. Instead of just opening, going straight up, came a little early, then flushed and went back up again. So anyway, it is what it is, but overall I had a great day. Let's look at CABA. CABA is really interesting because I took that during power hour. Of course, I traded a little bit of PTPI. You saw me on that this morning. CFRX, traded some CFRX as well. That was a biggie. A lot of people watching CFRX. I only traded each one of these. I only traded one time. I did not exit and then re-enter any of these trades. All right. LCID was a nice one. But the big one was CABA. Actually surprised me. Let's look at CABA because that came in towards during the power hour. I think it was after 3:30. Let's take a look at it real quick. All right. Here's CABA. Actually, this came in at 6 minutes after 3. Okay, I was thinking it was later. It just felt like it was later in the day. But anyway, so we're in power hour. I had my initial entry, and I was talking about it in the chat room, telling people be patient. And when it dipped down, I went ahead and I bought some more. I bought some more right over here. I was in this trade maybe about 4 or 5 minutes, and I went ahead and I added some additional shares right here at 15.10, and I only had one target. I didn't have any additional targets up here, but as I mentioned in the chat room, I wanted to see what it did at $9, because remember, 9, 10, 8, all of those kind of a psychological point that we typically, if you're going up to it, you see selling, going down into it, you see buying. It's just one of those things, so you never really know whether it's going to bounce off of it and come back down, or whatever the case may be. In this case, but I was mentioning that I wanted to watch and see how we did. And so, I mean, we had a ton of buying coming in. They absorbed all the sellers once we took out 9, and I was just going to ride it. Once again, I didn't have any additional targets, so I didn't know how far this thing is going to go. Is it going to go parabolic? Is it going to go up to 20, 30, 40? I didn't know. But when I saw this huge surge, I really thought that we were going to go to the moon. So anyway, so as it started to go up, and it went up, made a new high. It actually made this new high first before this little spike down. When I saw the spike down, it was actually red at the time. Of course, we're looking at a 1-minute chart, so it was very quick. I went ahead and took my profit target right here. Of course, it came back up, shows it as a green bar, and then we slowly started coming down. And I got out of that just in time. Like I said, I didn't have any additional targets on this, and you can see it just kind of didn't do a whole lot. So I don't even know if I want to keep this on the radar, because I had a good spread on the bid and the ask. but didn't have a ton of volume. So I was a little concerned about the volume getting into it, but volume came in kind of late, and then it just couldn't hold it, came down, and then I don't really know what it's going to do tomorrow. I'll keep it on the radar. I'll look at it in the morning with you guys, but I don't know if I want to get back in the CABA. There's better stocks, like a JDST, HIBS, been on my radar for a while. PTPI's been good. CFRX was a big player today. I didn't get a whole lot out of that. I didn't trade it very aggressively, but I know a lot of players did well on CFRX. That definitely will be on my radar tomorrow. LCID, probably not. I didn't really like LCID, but it did have an HF1 buy, and that's why I went ahead and I took it. But my intent was not to continue to watch it after today. But I'll keep it on there and just kind of see. But I'll be trading either CABA or LCID tomorrow. That's it. So tomorrow's Friday, end of the week. Please join us once again. Like these videos. Please hit the like button. That's how you support my channel. Also, hit the notification bell so we can keep you updated. You'll be the first to know when I have any new videos coming out. Also, if you have any questions, I've got over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. And also, you can always visit us at my website. And if you have specific questions for me, then you can contact me via the website, innovativetradingstrategies.com. Okay, guys, have a great night. See you tomorrow.